Welcome to this week's JVA Coach to Coach Video of the Week, brought to you by NetLink Sports, the preferred court provider of the JVA.
We're going to have them release out of defense. This is another thing, right, we like to do in our gym a lot, where they're going to be on the line, somewhat close to the line, and Corey's attacking as a left side attacker. And all we want to do is we would like for them to take 1 to 2 steps, but they need to be, again, stopped and facing the ball. And they're just going to turn and face the digger, right? And they're going to be stopped. Ideally, yes, we'd love them to get in here a little bit, but most balls are, we're digging 10 feet off the net and 20 feet high. And so we don't have time, most of the time, to get to the middle of the court. So we open up and face so we have a good move, right? So she can make a good move to this ball. Good. Yeah, spin them, Corey. Yeah, so she just turns and faces. You're going to be able to get 1 to 2 steps in here. Turn and face. Because we get a lot of times where we have our setters release hard to the middle of the court, and then the ball ends up getting dug pretty far from the net, and then they can't make a good move to the ball. It turns into an emergency move.
Oh.
Don't go so far. Like when you release, just turn and open up. You're just going to take 1 to 2 steps, 10-foot line. Just 2 steps. There you go, just like that. Good. Yep, and you just got to get there and wait on it. And then if it gets dug on the net, then we can just make a couple more shuffles and get there and set that ball. But in our gym, we're trying to dig it high and off, right? We're not trying to the net, and so that's where we're released to, and we can run our offense from there, right? We can set the middle from 10 feet off. Okay. Yep. Is there any questions so far? Anybody have any questions on footwork or anything like that? Yes. What's that? Yeah. So she asked if we could see if we go off of 2 feet for a minute. So let's just probably pass them on the net. Perfect pass. And I think there's 2 ways you can go off of 2 feet, right? Like you can have a little rhythm hop, like she has this little step together. We call it a step together. Or some setters like to walk into it and just get a little left, right? And I think that's just whatever you feel, like whatever's better for the kid. I don't think there's that much difference in between the two. It's just what is more comfortable for them.
So I've been running our setter position trainings the last couple of weeks. They've been coming in twice a week for team practice, twice a week for position practice. Corey, go ahead, keep going. And one thing we've talked about, again, super visual learner over here, is when we go off 2 feet especially, we've been doing a lot off of a toss, and this last week we added going a little bit more live off of a pass, is that we were finding that our setters were jumping through almost every ball. So Miranda, show me a ball that you jump through. Yeah, so she takes off in one spot. Keep going, go ahead. And she's jumping through this ball instead of going to it, right? So let's say, Miranda, do that again, and I'm the middle. Go ahead. I'm going to run an A or a 1, whatever. But if she jumps through it, right, now I don't have a line to go through, right? And now our middle can't be in the offense. So one thing we've been talking a lot with our setters is how do we stay tall? We want to run fast, right? And we want to stay big. So how can she get to this ball and go up to this ball instead of jumping through this ball? It's going to give her a better location. It's also going to let me run a route behind her. So let's do a couple more easy. Corey, perfect pass. I want you guys to pretend you're on, you know what a pogo stick is? So everyone know what a pogo stick? So I ask our kids, and I say, hey, you guys know what a pogo stick is, right? And they go, yeah. I go, what do you do on a pogo stick? You go up and down. I said, well, what if you try to jump forward with your head on a pogo stick? What happens? Yeah, we're going to eat it, right? So I want you to think about setting this ball, finding the line, making sure we're at 11 o'clock, we're under the ball. I want to use the ground, and I want to go up to this ball just like I'm on a pogo stick, where I might have a little bit of a weight transfer forward, but I am not jumping 6 squares forward. Okay, let's see some of these. Because we're going to talk here how we're going to want to go fast, and we can't go fast if we're jumping through a ball and we're taking it at a lower contact point than going up to the ball. We can do it off 1 too. We're good with doing it off 1 because even if we spin off 1, we still want to go up to this ball at the highest peak we can take it instead of jumping through this ball. Yeah, really nice right there, Miranda. Really nice.
And when they're going off of 1, right, they're most of the time they're on the run. And so we want to talk to our kids about using the ground for force, just like Kristen said, and kind of driving that left knee up. Now you have to learn how to jump balanced, right? We want them to leave the ground because a lot of times they'll float through the ball, and drifting is okay. Drifting is natural when you're on the run, but we don't want them to float through it. So as we tell them to turn that foot and plant off the ground, that they're trying to drive that knee up when they're going off a one and be nice and tall. So we really want them to be mindful of how do they feel when they're leaving the ground instead of jumping through it.
Thank you for watching the JVA Coach to Coach video of the week.